Hello and welcome to Breaking Hobbies. In today's video, we're going to be looking at 3 recipes for silken tofu. These recipes will have sugar in them. They're not low calorie. And so these recipes are meant to be dessert replacements. These desserts are all under 200 calories. Also, you can make these even more low calorie. I don't like sweeteners. Per a couple of videos ago, I don't like them. I try not to consume them. So I use real sugar, but obviously you can switch it out with sweetener. You can switch the peanut butter out with PB Fit. If that's something you like and you are okay with, go for it. You can always adjust the recipes to whatever you like. So I'm just gonna get right into it. Okay, so the first recipe we're going to be doing is the basic chocolate pudding. We're gonna need cocoa powder, vanilla paste, salt, silken tofu, chocolate, and sugar. Basically, we're going to add all the ingredients to the blender. So I started with the silken tofu, dumped in the cocoa powder, dumped in the sugar, get the vanilla paste, a pinch of salt, and then I just put it in my blender. This blender is absolutely ancient. And then once it's out of the blender, we're going to take those chocolate chips and we're going to melt them in the microwave. Make sure it's very melted. We'll dump that into the silken tofu blend. Just making sure I got all of it. And then we'll blend that up again. This is to get that extra chocolatey flavor. And then I have all of these recipes as 3 servings, so I'm going to dump that into 3 separate containers. And that's the chocolate pudding done. Make sure you put it in the fridge to cool. All of these recipes need to be put in the fridge to cool before eating. The next recipe is the tiramisu pudding. So the ingredients we're going to need for this are cocoa powder, vanilla paste, salt, silken tofu, oats, sugar, and instant coffee. I'm going to start with the instant coffee. You're going to need to put some hot water in there to, make it into coffee. And then pour that over your oats. You're going to need that to soak while you're doing the other ingredients. I did add a little bit more water, you'll see later, but you don't really need to do that. Then I added all the rest of the ingredients to the blender except for the cocoa powder. So that would be the silken tofu, the sugar, vanilla paste, and the salt. And then I just blended that up. And then I put the oats with the coffee at the bottom of each of the containers, poured in the, vanilla base, and then I put cocoa powder on top. And that's the tiramisu pudding. The next recipe we're going to do is the peanut butter chocolate. The ingredients you're going to need are peanut butter, salt, vanilla paste, silken tofu, powdered sugar, and chocolate chips. I actually forgot to press record for the placing of all the ingredients into the container, but essentially you'll put everything in the blender except for the chocolate chips. And then you blend it. So this is like the peanut butter pudding. And you can have that as is without the chocolate. Then you just take the chocolate chips and you put them in the microwave. During that time, I separated the pudding into the 3 separate containers. And then once the chocolate's melted, I poured it into each of the containers. And I should have let it harden, in the fridge before doing this, but I actually kind of like the swirl. So this is the peanut butter chocolate one done. Okay, now that we've done all the recipes, I'm gonna try each one of them for you because I haven't actually tried these ones. A long time ago, I had peanut butter silken tofu, like mousse, and I thought it was really good. It was just a little sugary. And then I think I tried doing the chocolate one at one point. These recipes I've altered for my specific sweetness. I I would hesitate to say they're my own recipes because they're not. I mean, like, you're not gonna find these exact quantities online. However, like silken tofu, chocolate, and peanut butter pudding, and even the tiramisu pudding has been around for a really long time. I will link the exact quantities that I used down below, but you can always look up another recipe from somebody else that you trust to have the right sweetness level for you. And I also don't have any conversions for the sweetness, like sweeteners for you either, because I don't use them. But I think they're like 1-to-1 ratio for most of them. So you shouldn't have any problem. I'm gonna go get them and we can try them. The first one I'm gonna try is this one. It's the chocolate pudding. You can see once it's set, it's like pretty set. That looks, can you focus? That looks pretty good. Tastes like what is that? It's like creamy chocolate chips. Whatever chocolate you put in here is obviously going to be the main flavor. So definitely pick a chocolate that you like. You can do semi-sweet, you can do dark, you can do milk. Sorry, I can't breathe out of my nose. I'm out of breath because I can't breathe out of my nose. So obviously you can pick whatever chocolate that you like. That'll be like the main flavor. Yeah, that's good. Okay, yeah, solid. Put that back for later because we're trying all of them. So these two aren't totally set yet, but they're pretty close. I'm trying them now, even though they're not totally set, because I don't have time to film later. So we're filming now. I didn't want the chocolate to be swirled in here, but maybe that'll make it taste better. I don't know. Tell me why that's like the best peanut butter chocolate pudding. That's so good. Oh my God. Okay, I enjoy this. I am gonna put it in the fridge though, instead of, maybe I kind of like it mixed in a little bit, like the marble. It's still separate. The chocolate is still separate, but just make sure there is a big clump in there. So just make sure that if you do the marbling like I did, if you don't want to do the marbling and you want to do the sheet on top like I was going to, then like chill it first and then pour the chocolate on top. But I kind of like it swirled in. Just make sure you actually swirl it in and don't just like leave it in clumps. This one I'm super excited about. This is the tiramisu. Oh, I hit my mic again. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I just kind of shook it around a little bit, but I'm gonna get a little bit of everything. It's so good. I kind of like the peanut butter chocolate in the tiramisu better than I like the chocolate, like just plain chocolate. Oh my God, I could eat this whole thing. Okay, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna put it in for later when it's actually hardened. But they're so good. They're so good. You guys need to try this. Oh, I'm so excited. I have so many. Now, they are still 200 calories each. So max one a day, probably more like one every couple of days. But the good thing about these is normally you can't freeze tofu, but these actually freeze well. So I made a bunch of them. Having 3 servings in the fridge for 3 to 4 days worth of dessert is actually like not bad. But say you don't want to feel rushed, because I personally don't like to feel rushed, you can throw them in the freezer and then just let them thaw on the counter or like thaw in the fridge whenever you want one. And it works out. So thank you for watching. Let me know what you think down below. Please like and subscribe. It really, really helps my channel. And I guess I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!